Today, we have a whole packed day of some really important topics, panel discussions, some senior faculty members, senior people who have contributed into the education sector immensely and tremendously are here. So it's such an honor to be standing in front of all of you and to bring in a little more energy because, the hall is not full yet. So can we have one huge round of applause for each of ourselves for immensely contributing into something important to make sure the nation grows well, right? To contribute into the lives of youth is directly contributing into the whole of, the development of the nation. So, yeah. And having said that, ladies and gentlemen, the whole day we're going to be here. It's going to be power-packed sessions. We're going to learn what the new normal is. There is AI, there is all this Zoom classes and meetings happening entirely new and has taken over in a very high way. So we're going to talk about all of that, and we're going to be here till 5:30, maximum 6. We're going to try to stick to the time and finish all the panel discussions as per the schedule. Having said that, my name is Akshaya, and I'm going to be your moderator, the master of ceremonies for today, for the entire day. And it's my honor and pleasure to be mentioning the host of this award ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, can we hear a huge round of applause for ArdorComm Media Group for putting together this whole day. Thank you. And once again, I take immense pleasure in welcoming all of you on behalf of our host, ArdorComm Media Group. And today's event, presented by LinkedIn, the New Normal Education Leadership Summit and Awards 2023 in Bengaluru. Huge round of applause on that note. Begin with invoking our motherland. So I request all of you to kindly stand up for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे गावे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गावे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. Thank you all very much. Please, you may kindly take your seats. With the blessings of Almighty and the Motherland today, we take forward today's LinkedIn Presents New Normal Education Leadership Summit and Awards 2023 right here in Bengaluru. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'd like to invite Mr. Kumar Anand, founder, CEO, and group editor, ArdorComm Media Group, to kindly come forward near the lighting of the lamp area. We have with us the special guest of the day. Please help me welcome Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddegowda, Vice Chairman, Karnataka State Higher Education Council, Government of Karnataka. Huge round of applause. A very warm welcome to you, sir. It's our honor to have you here with us. Swagata, suswagatagalu. Namaste. Ladies and gentlemen, also please help me welcome Dr. S.B. Appaji Gowda, Director, Department of Collegiate Education, Government of Karnataka. A very warm welcome to you, sir. All right, he's going to be joining us in a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, nevertheless, a round of applause for him for agreeing to be a part of the summit today. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. K.S. Narayanaswamy, President, Bangalore Management Association. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Swagatagalu suswagata, our guest speaker today. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Principal Vamsheepriya Amar, MVJ International School, Chairperson, Bangalore, Sahodaya. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Swagata suswagatagalu. Last but definitely not the least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the giant professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Jayant Prakash, Account Director and Regional Lead, South Academics and Government, LinkedIn. Huge round of applause. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Honor and pleasure to have you here with us. Swagatagalu, suswagata. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not the least, we have with us Ms. Anupama Ramachandra from DPS. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. It's an honor and pleasure to have you here with us. Requesting all our guests to kindly begin with lighting of the lamp. And requesting all our guests to kindly join us in this auspicious gesture of lighting of the lamp, warding off all the negativity and bringing in light today.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिः.
Can we have a round of applause on that beautiful gesture of bringing in the light? And that's what each of you do day in and day out in the lives of hundreds, thousands, and millions of students. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we just had Ganesh Chaturthi. Hope you all enjoyed the festivities. And let's begin with the Ganesh Vandana, invoking the Lord of removing obstacles. Requesting our guests to kindly join us, please. And also requesting Mr. Anand to kindly come on stage. You will do the bouquet now. Requesting all our special guests, Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddegowda ji to kindly join us. He's right there. And Dr. K.S. Narayanaswamy ji, please join us on stage. Principal Vamsheepriya Amar ji and Anupama ji, requesting you to kindly join us. Well, here's starting off this beautiful day with a warm gesture of presenting the bouquet to our panel speakers, our guest speakers. Can we have a round of applause going on, please? Our special guest, first and foremost, Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddegowda ji. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you very much once again for joining us here. Dr. K.S. Narayanaswamy ji. A very warm welcome once again. Principal Vamsheepriya Amar ji, thank you very much for joining us. Chairperson Bangalore Sahodaya, Principal MVJ International School, Mr. Jayant Prakash, Account Director and Regional Lead, South Academics and Government, LinkedIn. Very warm welcome to you, sir, once again. And last but definitely not the least, Ms. Anupama ji from Delhi Public School. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Well, starting off with a beautiful note here, high energy present on the stage, requesting Mr. Anand to kindly come ahead for the welcome address. Let's give him a round of applause, add on some more energy to today's agenda, please.
Thank you, Akshay. There is no doubt that the cost of education is on the rise. The financial concerns of earning your education should never stop you from doing so, because, as Benjamin Franklin once said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest over your entire lifetime. Namaste Bengaluru, good morning one and all, and cheers to good health, happiness and prosperity. I'm glad to see such a lovely gathering today at India's Garden City and Silicon Valley of India, Bengaluru. ArdorComm Media Group, welcome all of you. I, Chandan Anand, founder, CEO and group editor of ArdorComm Media, welcome our special guest, Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddegowda ji, Dr. Appaji Gowda ji, Dr. K.S. Narayanaswamy, President, Bangalore Management Association, Vamsheepriya Amar ji, Chairperson, Bangalore Sahodaya, Mr. Jayant Prakash, Account Director, Regional Lead South, Academics and Government, LinkedIn. I welcome all the eminent speakers and invited guest delegates today. We welcome our partners who supported us in our mission of spreading the ideas of socio-digital transformation and innovation. We welcome the presenting partner for our event, LinkedIn, EdTech partner, Anthology, Admission Automation partner, Extra Edge, Associate partners, Digital Ed, Fin and Min, Chrysalis iMath, and Exhibitor Mastersoft. I'm also really grateful to our supporting partners, Bangalore Management Association and Bangalore Sahodaya School Complex Association, especially Dr. K.S. Narayanaswamy, President, Sir, Dr. C. Manohar, Chairman, BMA Industry Academia Partnership Initiative, and Ms. Vamsheepriya ji, Chairperson, Bangalore Sahodaya, and many of our well-wishers like Ms. Sapna Sakul ma'am, Dr. Manish Kothari ji, Dr. Kiran Reddy ma'am, Professor Chatar Singh, Dr. B. Sindil Kumar, to name few of their continuous support and guidance in helping us co-create this wonderful physical symposium of knowledge sharing for education fraternity. And let me be very honest to tell you that you have been encouraging and mentoring us in the right direction, and I'm truly obliged and grateful to all of you. Your support and association gave us strength and courage to host such an event on this big scale. I'm really grateful to all of you that you have managed to come and attend this knowledge sharing platform physically and from over the country and mark your presence here. Dear all, can you please give a huge round of applause for yourself? Thank you for making this up. This event will serve a crucial platform to acknowledge latest insights and updates from the policymakers, government dignitaries, academicians, educators, edtech, and startups. It aimed to facilitate the exchange of experiences, ideas, and innovations that have propelled the growth of the education community. This will be a day-long event focusing on topics which are relevant for school, preschool, higher, technical and skill education. We will also witness the prestigious award ceremony and the felicitation ceremony once we move towards the end of the session in the evening. So before we start, let me invite your kind attention towards a small introduction of ArdorComm Media Group. ArdorComm Media Group is a growing media company enabling communities of education, HR, healthcare and wellness, governance, media entertainment and art, abbreviated as MEA, to effectively advance their businesses and strategic interest by becoming their collaboration and growth catalyst. Our passion is to co-create, co-learn and collaborate for innovation and socio-digital transformation. A short overview as how we started this media venture. So when the industry was sailing across a VUCA phase of existence and the second peak of COVID-19 was there, where companies were in the cost-cutting situations or shutting down their operations, loss of jobs and uncertainty could be witnessed by many of us. A small foundation team dared to start our own media venture. We got incorporated 2 years back as a media startup and named the company as ArdorComm, where Ardor dictionary meaning means passion, zeal, and comm stands for communication and community. Our 5 core values are aspirations, reimagination, digitalization, opportunity, and readiness, abbreviated as Ardor. We were able to extend employment opportunities to the deserving young candidates having strong will, skill, and zeal to outperform. And with this, the journey started as a social entrepreneur. We, as a team, are very passionate to take an effort in creating positive change in the society by engaging community leaders like you. We aim to become India's leading and most desirable media voice by enriching communities with the ecosystem of knowledge-sharing platform, informative content, and news. We want to be a free press journal, maybe like you may be having many activities happening at your own level, in your school, in your premises, many of your achievements, your students or your teachers, your faculty may have achieved that. Can you share those content with us? Let my editorial team check that if it is really good to be shared in public in general, and it could be beneficial or it could be aspiring for other people who aim you or who eye you to be the leaders in this industry. We will evaluate it and we'll be publishing that in our portal and amplifying it through the social media channels which we have. So I'm glad to share that with your blessings and patronage, ArdorComm Media Group recently celebrated its 2nd anniversary by completing 2 years of a roller coaster ride of many successes as well as few failures as well. I'll be honest in admitting that. So let us wish that this new normal symposium will open the gateway for new hopes and positivity among the teachers, academicians, educators who have been working really hard to ease the process of teaching, learning, and assessment. The summit's theme is New Normal Karnataka, Karnataka's Unconventional Odyssey as the premier hub for education transformation. We have researched a lot and carefully chosen very interesting and relevant panel session topics. Our special guests and eminent speakers are the stalwarts of the education industry. We are shortly going to witness some of the very meaningful and great deliberations. One we have already witnessed in a pre-inaugural session moderated by Dr. C. Manoharji, and I'm hopeful that we all will enjoy, learn, and enhance our knowledge from today's panel session and few selected industry presentations. The session is live on Facebook, I would appeal everybody who are carrying their smartphones, if you can go to your Facebook app, go to the search bar. I'll take a pause till the time you do that. So on your Facebook app, you can simply have to search as ArdorComm. It's ArdorComm, ArdorComm. And you can see we all people are live on the Facebook page. Kindly like that, share that with your relevant stakeholders. So let the audience and the people, those who know that you are a part of this event today, your students, your parents, and the teachers community, what all meaningful deliberations have you taken an excuse from your premises? Where are you? What are you we doing, who all people are there today, what are you going to discuss in this event. There are many events happening day and out. What is this event going to be different from them? Let us share that thing with the people who follow us. Likewise, in LinkedIn, in Twitter and in Instagram, we are posting all the content with the pictures and the videos on these social media platforms. So kindly like and subscribe our social media handles in that way. जाते जाते एक शायरी बोलना चाहूँगा मैं. मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन मंजिलों से हम नहीं, मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन मंजिलों से हम नहीं. ऐ मंजिल तू रुक वहीं, चल पड़े हैं हम पथ पर, और जिस पथ पर हम चल पड़े हैं पत्थर है वो मलमल नहीं. मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन मंजिलों से हम नहीं. Thank you audience for listening this. Akshay, over to you.
Thank you, Chandan, Anand ji, founder, CEO, group editor, ArdorComm Media Group. Thank you very much for those really motivating words, and also congratulating him and his team on this beautiful journey of 2 years. Achieving so much in a short span of 2 years calls for a huge round of applause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, having said that, it would be all our honor to be hearing our guest speakers share their insight on today's topic that we're discussing, New Normal Karnataka, and Karnataka's Unconventional Odyssey as the premier hub of education transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to welcome to the podium Mr. Jayant Prakash, Account Director and Regional Lead, South Academics and Government, LinkedIn, to kindly come ahead and share a few words with our audience. A very warm welcome to you.
With your permission, I'm leaving. I have another meeting.
No, please, ma'am.
I'll finish it.
Good morning, everyone. Respected members on the stage and all of you that have gathered here, it's an absolute pleasure to be in the presence of so many educators here today. It's an absolute honor to be part of this lovely gathering that ArdorComm has organized today, and I want to congratulate you for completing 2 years again. I think in my experience, this platform has been a great stage to kind of exchange ideas, meet new people, I think expand your horizons maybe. That is what I hope to achieve by interacting with all of you all today. As far as we all know that the world is changing very rapidly today, right? And even the way we learn has changed quite drastically over the last few years, especially post the pandemic. Technological advancements and the proliferation of online platforms has completely changed the way our students are learning today, right? The changes have not just happened in the schools or in colleges. We are seeing changes happen even from an employer standpoint. There was a very recent Harvard Business Review article which pointed out that since the beginning of the pandemic, job postings for entry-level positions that require a bachelor degree have fallen by 45% in the US, right? Pointing to the fact that employers want people who have skills and experience, right? This is an interesting trend, and we feel it's a matter of time before it kind of hits our shores also. Higher education institutions should also collaborate with employers to align educational offerings with the skills needed to perform jobs in the world, right? Rather than focusing on 2, 3-year or 4-year degrees or credential as an output, I think they should be helping students identify and more easily demonstrate to employers what job-ready skills that they've acquired in the last few years, right? We are witnessing a shift also from traditional classroom setting to learning environments which offer greater flexibility, convenience, accessibility to students, right? Furthermore, the use of technology has also made it a very personalized experience today, right? Everybody has their own individual aspirations, and Personalization of education is again something that is becoming a very important factor for students. The use of data analytics has also enabled institutions to kind of better understand student behavior and preferences, providing them with those meaningful insights that can be used to create, to improve teaching and learning outcomes. In conclusion, what I would like to say is that, I'm very positive about the changes that are coming in, technology coming into our classrooms and even outside, right? And I think the changing learning landscape also presents us with challenges and opportunities at the same time. And I think we must be willing to embrace this in order to kind of provide the best possible learning experience for our students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Jayant Prakash. Thank you very much for sharing your valuable inputs here today. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to welcome to the podium Principal Vamsheepriya Amar ji from the Chairperson, Bangalore, Sahodaya, MVJ International School. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am, to share your words with everybody here today.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, congratulations to Ardor. Chandan sir for having me here. Thank you so much. And also all the panel dignitaries who are seated on the dais, off the dais, educators all around. New normal, from the education perspective, it's quite hard for us to accept as well as deliver a note on this new normal, because how much is new, to what extent and how exponential it is going to go is something that we are unaware of. Thanks to the Jai Prakash sir who has mentioned about technology, and also he did mention how the intervention, including the employers would see that paradigm shift. So the paradigm shift, I think, started off with the educational institutions. Every other institution or organization, I would say, were passive when it started off in 2020, something new. We all knew we were, Microsoft enabled, we were Google Suite enabled, but unfortunately we were ignorant. I hope you all will really vouch for it. Glad that many educators are nodding their heads. When we approached these organizations, be it Google, be it Microsoft, be it any number of things that has cropped up now, they did mention, Madam, you're already enabled. How ignorant are we? So did COVID create a damage control, or did COVID really damaged our presence in the classrooms, our presence and existence in the society is a big question mark. What I mean to say is, people who came back to classrooms, from the leaders, from the heads of the institution, teachers, all of them did mention, we are not tech savvy. I somehow felt that was escapism which we used earlier as a tool. Am I right, my dear educators? How did we conquer ourselves? How did we make sure that we can be a part of this ecosystem? Thanks to all those policies that has come up right from 2020. Thanks to all kind of projects and those research papers which has been passed on. Recently I was going through IIT Bombay's paper 4C and the floss part of it, and how the theses have been conquering the textbook companion. What is this textbook companion? All the examples which are there in the textbook, how they are made alive, come alive in a free software. Now that means to say there's an intervention of technology. is it a boon or a bane? Again, it's a big question. Am I right, my dear friends? All of you who have gathered here. So we do not know to what extent it can act as a boon and to what extent it can act as a bane. The advantages as well as disadvantages, but it is bounden duty of our teachers who are existent in the respective classes to convert those abilities, skills, and the competencies for lifelong learning. Just a small example, if you can bear with me for another 1 minute. So I hope I have a minute time, Chandan sir. So when I think about abilities, skills, and competencies, the first time I was questioned by a parent, ma'am, how are we going to differentiate between skills and competencies? I was taken aback. I must say the new normal and the kind of education transformation, in other words, going by what we hear very often on the television, that is perform, reform, and transform, has thoroughly transformed me as an individual. Now, how do I take it up? And how do I differentiate between abilities, skills, as well as competencies? Just a small example. A basketball player, the team of players, let's say they're first given a warm-up exercise. The ability is to dribble, and I'm sure everybody learns to dribble. So they all have the ability. When I think about the skills, I feel the ability of this particular object, so-called basketball, which bounces back, is resilient enough to come to the same position every time there's a tap on the ball, irrespectively, not considering the friction, the science aspect of it. So every time the child's hand-eye-mind coordination is making sure that his abilities are transforming while performing to the same position. So the child has moved, graduated from ability to a skill. But of course, not everybody can aim and shoot the ball into the basket. Do you all agree? Pass the ball. There is one competent person in the entire team who is making it possible to shoot and aim and reach into that particular basket. That I would call it as competency. And today, I must say, irrespective of coach training the child, yet the child is competent enough to go through the previous sport personalities the technology is making it possible. They go through videos or probably listen to them, because a lot of it is something which leads to a positive encouragement and empower. And they are shooting, trying to shoot. Isn't it Ekalavya's story? Without the teacher, without the Dronacharya, is the child, or did Ekalavya perform and aim and achieve what he wanted to master in archery? So is the case. My dear friends, I only thought of giving this example because we need to be reminded that children these days would be landing in schools not to exchange of knowledge that happens between the teacher, the learner, and the co-learner, but to assimilate the knowledge. That I would call it as a new normal. Thank you all once again for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you, Vamsheepriya, Amarji. Thank you very much for sharing your valuable words with all of us. Really appreciate your time and presence here and contributing to today's topic. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after that, I'd like to welcome to the podium Dr. K.S. Narayanaswamy ji, President, Bangalore Management Association, to kindly come and share a few words with our audience. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Professor Siddegowda ji, Chandan, and all the dignitaries who are off the stage on the stage, and my friend Dr. Manohar, who was instrumental in joining with the team Chandan and me and able to organize and give few suggestions for this program and to be a part of this. BMA Bangalore Management Association is one of the pioneer management associations in the country, older than All India Management Association. And we do BMA for the last 70 years has contributed a lot for the management education and also almost all the management educational institutions which are based in Bangalore. And today we know that how many business schools are there in Bangalore and their contribution to the growth of this Bangalore city as the tech capital, the startup capital, the Silicon Valley, whatever we call it, and one of the top technology innovation cities in in India. In fact, yesterday, we had the Vision 2030 program. Yesterday, with Governor as the chief guest, and I was talking about how Bangalore has got the recognition as the innovation capital of India consistently from the Planning Commission for continuously for the year 2019, 20, 21. And in fact, it is amazing to note the progress which the city is attaining, mainly because of the talent pool which we have and the human capital. It is very, very important for the growth of the industry. And it is all this system of education which nurtures and provides the needy inputs for the development of the human capital. Initially, it can be a basic education. Later, it can be a secondary school education or later graduation and later post-graduation and specialization in various areas of interest by the students. In fact, it is the basic priorities today are different than what we had in the past because you need to compete globally. If at all you say that Bangalore has progressed so well, it has competed definitely with the other best cities in the globe and the people, the talented individuals across the globe. So why the human capital, why we are progressing so well in the globe and how we are achieving the GDP levels year by year to the rapid growth and to make in India as one of the top economies in the globe. How it is possible? It's because of the education, the right education the students get. And you know that how many IIMs we have and the growing demand for IIMs, IITs, and also the Bangalore has Indian Institute of Science and IIM Bangalore is very, very popular in grooming the children. In fact, I was the senior vice president of ITC Grove, used to go to almost all the IIMs to pick up the best talent. We used to train them, we used to bring them, we used to groom them as managers. And today, the company which I worked for 22 years in various capacities in ITC, today has made a big dent across the business spectrum, and today ITC is one of the most popular corporate which has totally transformed from a tobacco company. The tobacco, you know how detrimental it is to the human beings, and so the management those days wanted a transformation from this core business of tobacco to the other businesses, and today we are almost number one in food business and hotels business. We are into IT, we are into various other sectors. In fact, I had the privilege of heading the agri sector. I was had Advanta later. ITC tied up with Advanta, and I had a global positions in Advanta, and also I was the CEO of Healthy Oils and Biofuels. That's how the corporates change, the companies is changed, the education systems change, and what we need in the competitive world is to nurture the best talent which is required to suit the competitiveness and to develop them, the competitive skills among them. For that, BMA, under the leadership of my friend who is sitting there in the audience and he was in the previous session, he has started Industry Academia Partnership. And it is for the youngsters. They just, once they pass out from the colleges, they become fish out of water. It was still bad those days when we got educated. I got educated from agriculture college and later into MBA and then into the various other tech areas. The basic requirement for the kids, for the youngsters, is to get the industry exposure, which is very, very important. Unless they get the proper industry exposure and their skills need to be reoriented to suit to the business which they are going to get in. Then only they can become the successful professionals or the entrepreneurs. Both are very much required for the growth of the country, for the making India go in a more rapid phase than what we are today. And we have to achieve the best possible in the world too, and India's glory is all known to you, and how we are progressing and we are making rapid inroads into the global arena and becoming the best. So for that, out-of-box thinking is required by the educational institutions. They need not be just reorient themselves to the conventional system of education. They need to have a radical and sweeping changes. And the policy makers, we are there, we are here with Professor Siddegowda, who is in the helm of affairs. But the thing is, we know how the changes can come in the policy issues. But at the same time, policy issues are not the only constraint for the dedicated institutions who are oriented towards producing the best kids. You know, today there are a lot of educational institutions, universities, all that. During our time and all that, there used to be hardly one agriculture university or two educational other universities, etc. Today we have so many organizations, so many institutions, but the basic, the objective of these institutions is to give proper training to these students who come out of the colleges and succeed themselves in the various different areas. That is very, very important for the nation, for the parents, for the children, for shaping their careers, and for the teachers. Even teachers needs reorientation in imparting education to the younger generation. They need not stick on to the old conventional systems. They need to also go out of box in teaching the children and understanding their requirements and needs for competing in the world. So with this, I don't want to drag on for long, and I hope you got my message that how important the education transformation is for the nation, and you're all probably, or all of you are involved in the educational systems, and I wish you all enjoy the further sessions and take good takeaways from this program. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chandan.
Thank you, Dr. Narayanaswamy ji, President, Bangalore Management Association. Thank you very much for your immense contribution to today's address and topic. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, can we hear a huge round of applause for him? With that, ladies and gentlemen, I take immense pleasure in welcoming to the podium Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddegowda ji, Vice Chairman, Karnataka State Higher Education Council, Government of Karnataka, for the keynote address. So.
Keynote address.
Okay.
Good morning. I deem it great pleasure to be here in the midst of academic luminaries and eminent practitioners who are the real torch-bearers of this 21st century, which is regarded as a knowledge century. While entering into this hall, Chandan took me around just to show the posters, which made me to think differently in the convention, where that home to tomb that is designed in such a way, covering that all the democratic principles and psychology, economics, political science, what otherwise that we call that the STEM, science, technology, engineering, liberal arts, and mathematics, that I could able to see in all the posters. Really well thought, well designed to cater to the needs of the day. The topic also is very topical. What otherwise that every teacher who are sitting here is experiencing with new knowledge of different age group of the students, right from kindergarten to the PhD. Sky is the limit now. Once that a question was posed to Kumar Mangalam Birla in one of the IITs while addressing. What would you expect from hers? His immediate reply was that I expect from you not a mere certificate what you are holding on your hand, but to find a simple solution to a complex problem. Madam is here, who is, of course, who has rich experience in working with children, I think, school education. What long back Sigmund Freud said, the experiences of early childhood determines the personality of the adult. How is that you are going to make it subscribe? That is why that I made it in the beginning that actually that I am moved by seeing that the posters, wellness success connection that he put so clearly, aptly, how that the wellness not just referring to your physical health, physical, mental, moral, emotional, and spiritual, all the quotients. How is that you are going to develop in an even manner so as to subscribe the personality with the normal growth of all the tentacles to face the challenges which has been unfurled by this LPG era. It's not that easy. During our days, our teachers, our parents and other people used to tell that he is first class, he is second class, he is ranked student. Now that everybody is ranked student. But the question before us, how good you are in striking the balance between and among just that your peripheral nervous system and the central nervous system. Your IQ, EQ and SQ. Especially teachers, I am posing these questions. Because in higher education, students listen to us. Because it is a 40-60 ratio. Here 100%. 100% either this side or that side. Children doesn't know who gives marks, what for. That's what I'm telling. So, what the Chandan mentioned, otherwise that Oka society, system, in uncertain age, bringing that normalcy, the stage which is in what is that amoeba, there is no shape. So what a kind of role that we are supposed to play. Just you recall that right from that Lord Macaulay's 1813, that education, that English education, that in one word, which brought that lot of changes. I am not going to debate on that, the pros and cons and all these things, whatever the good that is to be taken. The successive that education, that policies, Ramachandra and Kothari's, and then 1986 new education policy, and the present that national education policies. Knowing fully that society is a dynamic, it's not a static, changing from time to time. How good you are to be relevant to the context, to the situation, to augment, to do justice to the presence. How good you are in creating the opportunities to the students to develop in their discipline specific, in their skill, what all that speakers that mentioned. Narayanaswamy mentioned that the academia industry interface, it was realized way back in 1998 by the University Grants Commission and made it as a mandatory to create that the academia industry partnership in all the respective universities, so that industry practitioners that join hands with the universities, join hands with the educational institutions to guide in their curriculum development, not a syllabus, in their lab development, in all the aspects where that the direct practice is bestowed upon them. But on the contrary, what we see here, if you look at even that the national survey on the skilling for employability, hardly we have 6% of that the right persons for the right job. 6%. The remaining 94 needs to be upskilled. It is a question for every one of us where we are. What kind of that education is being given to our students? Is it relevant in the context of doing justice to the presence? If not, what is to be done? How to fill the gap? Filling the gap is not merely that giving that the knowledge to the students, but preparing them to be a worthy citizens, a civilian in all the respects of having knowledge. We have that smart cities. We have to create smart minds. Then only that it commensurates. Otherwise it becomes that irrelevant. How good we are in doing justice to our presence first. School education is different. In higher education, no student that learn by hearing the teacher in the college and the postgraduate and PhDs. Gone are the days where that teachers used to pat himself, herself, that I am a sage on the stage. But in the changed circumstances, the teacher has become a guide by side. whoever stands before the podium is an irrelevant teacher today. It's a teacher who walks along the student's line and gives the tips thanks to this information age. Because students, they have all smartphones. If you give one word, immediately you go to Google and search and find that 8 meanings. Who is knowledgeable? It is the student who is knowledgeable than this thing. Gone are the days where that one-side lecturing in the classroom, it is a reciprocal situation today we are seeing. Thanks to the agencies like Chandan, who have become that the partners of dispensing a right knowledge across the society. No doubt, Karnataka is in the forefront in both Q and Q. Don't remember that the fuel shop, pump, quality and quantity. Even in educational this thing, we are maintaining that the quality. Quantity also is this thing. Because our that GER, that crossing more than 39%. Much against that the national average. But at the same time, though we are giving that the quality education, is that quality is commensurating with the current that the need? Is the question before us. If not, we have to look back and think of creating avenues. Gone are the days where people used to sit within the 4 walls of the classroom and library within the 4 walls. Now that the entire campus is a library, now that the entire world is a classroom. Entire world is a classroom. So how good we are in creating, in invoking the students to that new platform. UGC and NCT also created that the blended mode of that education. Online, up to 40%. See that, the technology. NASCOM has came forward to help us in digital and cyber security and all other these things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, what not. And they like that they are there to develop that the content. So how good we are in assimilating, bringing synthesis and bridging the gap by making use the opportunity created by the society. It is a question before us. I feel proud to be a teacher because teacher is the one who teaches everybody. You take that who is the greatest person in the universe, he is taught by a teacher. It is you or somebody. So what a pious work that we are accomplishing. And what is our responsibility to take this country in the international map. Though we have 7,000 years of history, we are just 28 years, 4 months old when we think of that youth at the international level. From next January onwards. Just 28 years, 4 months. Because 64% of our youth are going to represent the Global Youth Forum. So just you think, the responsibility bestowed on us to prepare the students, youth, on the right perspective. Recently launched that Chandrayana-3. We are all proud. That too landing at the south part of the moon. It's not an easy joke. Anticipating, bringing synthesis between past, present and the future, like horoscope, the telescope and microscope. Not that easy. It is possible only when you enjoy all the constituent of your total personality. That is possible only in India because we have a rich culture and traditions apart from knowledge. The glory helps in accolading accolades, decorating accolades in all the frontiers. It is not an easy joke. You have rich experience. Go to any America or England or any place. Just you go to that ophthalmologist. He knows the person who is expert in retina, only retina, not the next part that he knows. Orthopedic only that this thing, leg means leg, hand means hand. But India, even that orthopedic surgeon gives that this thing to your headache and stomach problem and all these things. Such a kind of that the multidisciplinary this thing that he has. That's why that India is prospering. Our children are prospering, but still there is scope to grow. There is knowledge, as you all know. There is no end in itself. It's a process, learning things. We have to learn, relearn, unlearn, all sorts of this thing and reach the final destination who others cannot do. Hope that this kind of, that the giants will definitely create avenues to think in a new dimension and work out strategies and evolve a perfect pakka plan and action to accomplish, to reach the goal, to create the society which is happy and prosperous. With this, I thank the organizers for inviting me to see you all and express few thought of mine. Thank you very much.
Huge round of applause to Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddegowda, Vice Chairman, Karnataka State Higher Education Council, Government of Karnataka.
We will play a video, event video. Even no, an event video.
Yeah.
We'll just start. He's ready with that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I'd like to bring all your attention to the AV screen and enjoy this video for now. All right, can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, the host of today's event, ArdorComm Media Group, and the event presented by LinkedIn New Normal Education Leadership Summit and Awards, Bengaluru 2023. Thank you all for being part of this amazing event. We have lots of better and amazing things coming your way. Before that, like I said, highly motivated here right now after listening to our special guest, Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddegowda ji. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to request Mr. Anand to kindly present him with the certification of recognition to honor his exemplary contribution in the field of higher education. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Professor Y.S. Siddegowda ji, Vice Chairman, Karnataka State Higher Education Council, Government of Karnataka. Huge round of applause. Let's have some nice music for him, ladies and also applause. Keep that applause going. The least we could do. And of everything that he said, what caught my attention is education need not just be about helping students be academically good, but helping them become better citizens and a happier person, right? So ultimately what we need is happiness, and India has contributed to the world, right? Self-education. With the self-education comes great happiness. So I totally agree with what he said, and I'm sure each of you would take that point and inculcate in your everyday teaching and help students become great citizens and happier ones. So once again, huge round of applause to our guest of honor. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for being here and sharing your valuable words with us. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to thank Dr. K.S. Narayanaswamy ji, President, Bangalore Management Association, for being here and immensely contributing to today's event. Thank you very much, sir. Wishing him lots more success. Huge round of applause for him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Vamsheepriya Amar ji, Principal, MVJ International School, Chairperson, Bangalore, Sahodaya. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for being a part of this amazing event here. Huge round of applause for her. We're highly honored to have you here with us. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jayant Prakash, Account Director and Regional Lead, South Academics and Government, LinkedIn. Huge round of applause for him. Thank you, Mr. Jayant Prakash, for your contribution to today's event, and we're highly thankful that you're the presenters of today's event, the New Normal Education Leadership Summit and Awards. We highly appreciate that. Huge round of applause for him and the team. All right, a happy picture moment there with our special guests of today right here in Chancery Pavilion. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen on the stage, the dignitaries, thank you very much.